Hello, all my dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to this another vlog. It's been a long time since I've had the opportunity to record a vlog for you all and reach out and update everyone with how things are going with me in my life and study in South India in Sera. So right now, actually, I'm in Delhi. I'm in Tashita Meditation Center in Delhi. I come here for a medical procedure to have knee operation to repair meniscus damage that I sustained earlier in the year, beginning of January, very beginning of January, when I was there for the teachings by His Holiness the Dalai Lama. So I was sitting and then I went to stand up very awkwardly because it's a very crowded place. I just kind of sprang up from cross-leg position and then mid-air then tried to shift my weight onto my knees, which were kind of still half bent, so that caused one loud popping sound of what turned out to be the MCL ligament, which I sprained, and it seems at that time I also tore the meniscus disc and also the ACL ligament on the back side of my knee. So, but I didn't have much pain from then. It was just kind of like a dull pain that just kind of seemed to come and go. So I didn't think much damage had been done and that it would kind of repair itself with a little bit of rest, although I didn't take that much rest, especially from sitting. I just kind of continued my activities as normal, and then things were just very busy with schedule and traveling, that I didn't get to see a doctor or consult a doctor about it until about 3 months later, when it didn't seem to have completely gone away. So like I said, it was quite just a dull pain. So anyway, I had doctors suggested I took an MRI scan, which then revealed the full extent of the damage incurred. So then immediately I started physio and treatment to try to, of course, to heal the sprain, which was the first issue that needed to be dealt with and most easiest one to deal with, and then the tear of the meniscus, that's a bit more long term. So I tried a few different therapies. At that time I was suggested operation, laparoscopic surgery would be the preferred solution from that first doctor, but I was reluctant to go that route initially. So yeah, then I consulted another doctor, which was recommended in Mysore, the nearest city to Sera, and they didn't seem to think that the tear was that bad that it needed surgery. So I followed his advice for a few weeks, and then after a few weeks, some doctors came from AIMS hospital here in Delhi, arranged by one group. So there was lots of different specialists, including orthopedic surgeon. He said that the best option would be for the long run, would be to take the surgical solution, which is a laparoscopic surgery. And he's a sports injury specialist, so he said that going forward it would provide the best, most stable solution. Otherwise I would get early arthritis in my knees, which is something that I was kind of course dreading coming in the future, especially since most of my lifestyle is based on me having to sit cross-legged for many hours of the day. So then I came up here quite quickly after that to take the surgery, And then now I've been here for 5 weeks. I've got 1 more week left before I have to travel back to Sera. It's taken a little bit longer. The surgery went well. The recovery and mobility has just taken a little bit longer than initially was planned out by the doctor. But we've got exams coming up in just less than 2 weeks. A memorization exam, the first one in Sera, so it's very difficult to get permission to miss that. And even if I did, I would probably have to sit that exam next year. It's not possible to miss exams in Sera for whatever reason, unless you're literally in surgery, having emergency surgery done. So anyway, so that's why I came up here quite quickly, because I knew the time frame that was available. This seemed to be the best one, and to make sure I was recovered in time for the exams, that I can sit properly for the exams without much difficulty. So I've been very fortunate that Tashita Center in Delhi have been able to put me and my helper, my assistant, who's been helping me here from Copan House. So they've been able to accommodate us for the whole time, which I didn't anticipate, so that was very helpful. So I'm very grateful to Tashita Center for that. So these past few months have been very kind of preoccupied with this managing this situation, and of course it's been quite a lot for me to think about on my mind, just about the long-term healing and the long-term complications that could come, like before contemplating the surgery and undergoing different therapies and things, and having to get exceptions from debate, and having to miss philosophy classes. Luckily I can keep up with the study and the philosophy classes with recordings. It's kind of course not the same as being there in person, and missing a little bit of more opportunity to debate. I also haven't been able to go to pujas, just kind of feeling like you're out of the flow of things has been quite for me quite challenging, because I like to be contributing, and I like to feel like I'm involved. Otherwise you kind of feel like you're on the sideline, especially while I'm quite new here, and of course I'm trying to improve my Tibetan language, which only really comes from interaction and speaking. I mean, I'm still studying Tibetan. This year I've had I kind of had more classes than before. I joined the Tibetan translation class, English Tibetan translation class, which helped actually me to study the philosophical Tibetan, as well as the more colloquial Tibetan class arranged by the monastery. So exams coming soon. Last year's exams went well. I can't remember, I think last time I made an update was before the final exams happened last year. So the study's been good. It's been a little bit more intense because there's been a lot more less familiar topics, and a little bit more difficult to get one's mind around, and there's been a more to memorize from the philosophy class side, more longer definitions and and vocabulary. So of course, I mean, it's a gradual process, so it will increasingly become more challenging, but so I've just had to focus on the study on top of this kind of underlying issue that's been going on the whole year up until now, basically. So I'm still not 100% mobile yet. I have to see the doctor on Tuesday, and he's hoping to sign me off, considering depending on how much movement I have in my knee. So I have the challenge to to get full movement and flexibility of my right knee where I had the surgery before he's happy to sign me off. So it's going well, but there's still it's quite painful with the more exercises I do, and the more I push, more swelling and more pain comes. So then that makes it more painful then to continue the exercise, and especially get the longer distance walking. So I'm still able to walk around unaided outside longer distance. Like I said, it's a little bit more challenging at the moment, but hopefully by the end of this week things should be good, and we'll be travelling back to South India. So thank you, and thank you all for your patience and all for your support and kindness. I hope to post another more general update and reach out to you all in the not too distant future. So thank you, and I hope you're all well. Please keep in touch, and you're always in my thoughts and prayers, and thank you all so much. Please take care.